guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ayo Bablo and you're in my corner. Thanks for tuning in. If it's your very first time, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always coming back. I'm glad that you always do. If you're yet to subscribe, please click the subscribe button below. And I'd also like everyone to turn on their notification bell. It's just by the subscribe button so that you can be the first to know as soon as I drop a new video. And just in case, if you don't know, we now have a community. So the community will enable me to drop posts. Like you see the posts of my latest videos. We can do questions and answers, polls and all of that. But we now have a community and I want everyone to be largely involved in that community. So when you see me post, just like it, and you can also drop comments on it. Without further ado, let's jump right into what we have today. So today I'm going to be talking about the things that you should do, you should know, you should get as soon as you come into the UK. In no particular order, let's take it. So the first one is your BRP card. That is your Biometric Residence Permit card. It is important that you get it as soon as you complete your quarantine. It is already stated on your visa document that as soon as you come in, you should get your Biometric Residence Permit card. So what is this BRP card? A Biometric Residence Permit card helps you to prove your identity in the UK. It's just like your passport within the UK. It helps you prove your identity, your right to work, your right to study, right to rent a property, or any public benefit that you're entitled to. But unfortunately, as students, you're not entitled to any public funds. But for every other reason that I've mentioned earlier, you can use your BRP for it. And it is important that you keep your BRP safe. Don't be like me. It is important that you keep it safe. And if you have not watched my video on how I lost and replaced my BRP card, I'm going to put it in the link up here. After this video, you can go and watch it. But it is important that you keep your BRP card safe. It is very, very important. And you don't necessarily have to take it everywhere you go. No one is going to ask you to, no police will stop you to say, show me your BRP card and all that stuff. It is important that you keep it safe. You can also scan it and just put it on your phone if you have to show it anywhere. And when they require that you show it in person, you can take it along. You don't have to take your BRP card everywhere you go. And if you have to travel to places like Europe, you can also take your BRP card along. It's like a good identity for you to enter anywhere. Not like you're not going to get a visa. You still have to get a visa and stuff. But your Biometric Residence Permit card is also valid. If you travel out of the UK and you have to come in again, you can show your Biometric Residence Permit card. But note that it doesn't take the place of your passport, but it is much more important. When I was coming into the UK, I had to answer questions and do this and do that and do that. But I just saw some people showing a card and they were just coming in. So I just wonder what kind of card was that until I settled it into the UK and I got to that it was a Biometric Residence Permit card. So that card is very important, and just as stated, as soon as you settle down, as soon as you complete your quarantine, it is important that you get that card. And I'm going to say it in my next point too. You can also use it for your bank registration. It's mainly a card for you to prove your identity within the UK. And it's very important. It cannot be overemphasized. Another thing you should get is your school ID card. As soon as you settle in, go into your school, get it. Some schools will send it over to their students in their apartment. Sometimes you'd have to go and pick it up. I picked mine during the enrollment week in my school. After presenting the necessary documents, I was given my school ID card, and your school ID card is also very important. It gives you access to school facilities. I made a video about my university tour, and in that video, if you watch it, you see me using my school ID card to access all the facilities. If you want to enter anywhere, you'd have to use your school ID card. And also it helps you to print in the school premises. In the UK, you might not get somewhere to print easily, as where you were coming from, maybe Nigeria for example, where you can easily get cafes and business centers to just print. Here you might have to go into the city center, it might be far away. It is important that you get your school ID card early and you can print within the school premises. And it is also cheaper to print in the school premises. In my school, I think we print for like 4 pence, maybe 4 pence per paper, 4 pence per paper. And outside you have to print for like 20 pence per paper, and that's like times 5. So it is actually like safer, and it's easier. You are in the school premises, you're in the school area, you can print if you have to and all that. So it is important that you get your school ID card, and your school ID card can also access many other things within your school. So it is important that you get your school ID card. Another thing you should do is register for your national insurance number, shortly called the NI number. So as soon as you get your BRP and do all of these things, as soon as you can, you should apply for your national insurance number. Just like the social security number, UK taxes and all of that. Even as a student, if you're working 20 hours, if you're working within that 20 hours frame, you're not going to be taxed. But it is still important that you get this national insurance number, because many jobs would ask you for your national insurance number. The national insurance number takes up to about 16 weeks before it gets delivered to you, but mine took about 4 to 5 weeks, but I think the maximum is 16 weeks. So it is important that you apply early. I'm going to put the link to get it in the description box below, and everything I've also said, I'm going to put it in the description box in case you just have to go back to it and read it again. You'll be able to register for your national insurance on the gov.uk website. Just like I said again, I'm going to put the link down below so you don't have to stress yourself. You just go onto the link and you can start your registration. For your national insurance number, you first be given a national insurance reference, NI reference. So when I say NI, I mean national insurance. So first of all, you'll be given your NI reference, which you can use pending the time. You'd also be asked to generate a share code. I think I'm going to add a screenshot of what it looks like. I'm going to look for mine. I'm going to add a screenshot of what it looks like. You'll be asked to generate a share code. I would also try to put the link down below for you to generate your share code. Pending the time, you can give your employers the share code, and that share code will be able to prove your right to work, RTW, in the UK. So you'd have to input that share code. I think the share code lasts for about 2 to 3 months, I'm not sure. Before it expires, then you'll be able to generate another one. And in some companies, spending the time while you're still waiting for your NI number, they're able to generate a national insurance number for you using your date of birth and your gender. They did that for me before I got my NI number. So many companies know that it takes a while since you're just coming into the UK, and they're going to just generate a temporary one for you. As soon as your national insurance number comes, you'll be able to update it. So you send it by post. Once you start the registration, you receive a mail on how to go about it. You have to post it somewhere. The posting is free, but you just have to buy an envelope to post it. I think that's what you're just paying for basically. So the address to post it to and everything will be there. You just go to the nearest post office, and it's usually in the city center. Just locate your city center and be able to locate the nearest post office. Another thing you should work on as soon as you come into the UK is your bank registration. It takes a while. I think it's because of COVID and all that stuff. So it takes a while. It is important that you start your bank registration early. And just like I said in one of my previous videos, that you can register for online banks. I mentioned Revolut and Monzo. You can register for any one of it. I'm also going to try to put a link, my referral link, if you want to use it. I'm also going to put it down below. It's easier. They're going to deliver it to you. I think Monzo is free. They're going to deliver your card to you free. And for Revolut, you have to pay £4.99, about £5 for the delivery of your card. They'll tell you that it's free, but it's just for the delivery of your card. You can register with one of those banks before the physical banks actually come through for you, because it might take a long process. And trust me, the UK bank as soon as possible, as soon as you land here. My suggestion for you is that while you're registering with the physical banks, you also just get one online bank that you can work with pending the time. Another important thing is your accommodation. I don't know if I should do a whole video on this, but I'm not sure it's going to be necessary. Accommodation is very, very important. So if you know that you're coming into the UK, I'd advise that you even start checking out accommodation before coming, because it can be very, very stressful. It can be very, very stressful. It is important that you start checking out accommodation early enough so that you're not stranded and you don't get frustrated along the way, because sometimes it can be very, very tiring. I had my own fair share of it, and no. So I'm just going to hint you on how to go about your accommodation. There's the school accommodation, the campus accommodation, and there's also the off-campus accommodation. If you are going for the school accommodation, is all well and good, and if you're going for off-campus accommodation, is also good. So you just make sure that you work on it on time. There are various websites on which you can find accommodation depending on your location, depending on where you are in the UK. But I think there's some common websites on which you can find them, and I'm just going to list them out shortly to you. So I've written them down here. So we have Spare Room. I'm going to put it somewhere. Spare Room, Right Move, Zoopla, Gumtree, Amber Student, Student Pad. So those are websites in which you can get accommodation. I'm going to list them down in my description too, in case you didn't get it now. So you can go on those websites, search for accommodation, speak to the agent. Just make sure that you know what you want. Sometimes it could be a shared apartment. You are sharing the toilet, the bathroom, and the kitchen. If you want that, you can go for it. Sometimes you might want an ensuite apartment where you have your toilet and bathroom to yourself and you only have to share the kitchen. And if you want a studio apartment where you have everything to yourself, it's all well and good. Just make sure that you get adequate information before paying for any accommodation. It's very important. You can pay your deposit fee if you like it, and when you come on board, you'll be able to move in. Just make sure that you check out the accommodation very well, and make sure that you get your tenancy agreement. For me, in my apartment, because I'm a student, we're exempted from paying council tax. So my school give us a council tax exemption letter. So you'd be asked to upload that too, so that they don't disturb before council tax. So your school too might have a provision for that. Just make sure that all these things. Ask your agent that, do I have to get a council tax exemption letter, and all those things is very important. Your accommodation is very important because you're mostly going to be signing it for maybe 3 months, 6 months, or a year. So it depends. Make sure that you get all the information that you need. Again, in case you missed it, just check out the description box. All the information will be there. Let's go on to another most asked questions by people coming into the UK is job opportunities. Yeah, there are job opportunities. It might not be like the sweet rosy ones you want, but at least there are jobs, and there are jobs that are okay for students. And if you want me to do a whole video on job opportunities, just let me know. Just let me know, but I'm just going to try to hint you on where you can get jobs in the meantime. So there are different jobs ranging from, care to support to warehouse, picker packer, replenishment assistant, delivery. There are just so many. In the meantime, I'm going to just make mention of some websites in which you can get job opportunities. So I have the Indeed website, and they also have an app, and there's also Indeed Flex, but they are two different entities. There's also Total Jobs, there's Proman, and so many other websites. Just keep checking. Once you go online, you'll be able to see different opportunities, but those are the common ones I know. And the last thing I'm going to talk about in this video is how to use the bus in the UK. It is very important that you know how to use the bus. There are sometimes that you might miss it. You might, maybe you're supposed to be on this side and you're on the other side, and you just miss your bus and all that stuff. So I'm going to try to do a practical one and do a voiceover for that. I just hope it works out well. But it's very important that you know how to use the bus. It's not difficult. Once you start trying it out, you're just going to be the boss of it. So I'd advise that whenever you're getting your ticket, just make sure you're getting a student ticket. And if you're going to go into multiple places that day, get a student all-day ticket. If you know you're going to be taking the bus often, you can get a bus pass that will be able to take you all through the year. I think it's about £280 the last time I heard. So you can get a bus pass, and you can also get a railway card. I think the railway card is £30. Then you'll be paying you'll be buying tickets at a discount, at a reduced price compared to other people all around the year. So if you're going to be taking the train often, you can also get a railway card. The next thing you're going to see now is me demonstrating how to use a bus.
So I use my Google Map. There are some other applications you can use too, but I use my Google Map. It's usually accurate. Then you go on to choose the destination you're going to. Let's say I'm going to Stockton-on-Tees. It brings out many options to go. So let's take a look at the first option. So apparently there are two buses to be taken. The first one is 28A Middlesbrough, and it's will be coming by 16:49, and the next one by 5 p.m. So you can check the other departure times in case you're not leaving at that time. Let's take a look at the first bus. It says 28A Middlesbrough. So each bus has a number and the name of a bus stop. You just have to wait for the one according to where you're going to. So a technique is to also check the board at each bus stop to know if the bus will be passing there or you have to be on the other side. And the same goes for the other bus. You go to platform 16 and you wait for the bus going to 36 at Coople. So one thing to note is that you must start the journey as soon as the bus moves. You'd notice that there are two lines. There's a green line and there's a yellow line. It's because you're taking two buses. It could be one, two. If it is just one bus, you just take one single line. And you'll notice that on these lines, there are dots, white dots, which signifies the bus stop. And for this, you see that there's a final destination before the dotted line. And the dotted line means you just have to trek for a while. You'll notice that there is a dot. That big dot, different from the other white dot, is your final destination. And once you get to that white dot before your own final destination, you have to press the bell, indicating that you'll be alighting at the next bus stop. Let's take a look at the other options because you clearly have other options. This one is just one bus, but you have to walk 9 minutes onto that bus stop, Garnet Street, and wait for the bus that says 17A Stockton. And just the same way, once you get to the white dot before your own final destination, you'd have to press the stop, indicating that you'll be stopping at the next bus stop. And this last one without sign means a train. You'd also get train options. It means that you walk 14 minutes, and that will be the train station here. Once you get there, you go to platform 1 and take the train that says Northern Bishop Auckland. And that's just the way it is with the transportation system here. It's very easy. Once you use it, you get accustomed to it. Just make sure that you keep trying and trying. And if you are confused, just ask people around you. They'd be able to direct you. There's also Move It app and various other apps, but I just prefer to use my Google Map app.
And that's going to be the end, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you want me to expatiate on any other thing, just drop it down in the comment section below and I'll be sure to do that for you. If you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe and make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Share it to your friends, anyone that you know that is coming into the UK soon, or anyone that has just arrived in the UK. Just make life easy and smooth for them. Thank you for watching this video, guys, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Until then, bye.